Back to the chart with Big Boss Crypto, bringing our day trading analysis on Bitcoin and on Avax. We're going to take a look at the potential double top formation, but I need to speak to you about the total solar eclipse, which is approaching on April 8th, and what this means for the stock market and the crypto market in general. Let's look at the charts. So, total solar eclipse is approaching, and I'm looking at the Detroit Free Press. They put out an article yesterday talking about the solar eclipse and what this might mean for the stock market. And in general, whenever we had a total solar eclipse, the stock market has gone up that year. Let's see here. The most breathtaking year for gains in the group was 1954, when the Dow Jones rose 44%. 3 other years had gains of 25% or higher. And you can see here 1925, 1945, and 2017, which is the most recent one, where we had so much gains. And yeah, we're pretty much at all-time highs already. So 2024 might be a very good year. We do have this solar eclipse on April 8th. We have a possible rate cut coming this year. They announced 3 of them this year. We don't know when, but that is approaching. We have an election year, which is in general good for the stock market and the crypto market as well. So yeah, be very mindful of April 8th, because we kind of form a double top formation. We have volume count which hasn't been recovered to the downside right here, all the way down to 51.8k. So I do think we could have this market maker formation coming up, grabbing this liquidity in this zone from 58.5k down to 51.3k. Basically, your confirmation is when we break this local low right here at 60.7k. Break that and hold below that on the daily time frame. I do think we're gonna go lower after the solar eclipse, because that is usually when the big whales load up, and by loading up, they do that as price moves to the downside. Retail buys when price goes up. You might have noticed that in the crypto market if you were with us during the bear market. So I do think possibly, since we have a couple of days left of this week before the solar eclipse on Monday, we could grab the volume candle right here going up to 70k possibly, and then continue our journey to the downside after the solar eclipse on Monday. And we could have 2 or 3 weeks of movements to downside, grabbing this liquidity sub 60k, and then shift out and continue our journey to new all-time highs and possibly 100k, because that's what happened in the previous solar eclipses. We usually see a sharp move down sometime after the solar eclipse, and then a sharp move up, and you saw gains of 40% in the stock market when we had the solar eclipse year. So sharp moves ahead possibly during the solar eclipse. Looking at news events, yesterday we had the ADP non-farm employment change higher than expected, so more people are in jobs than previous month. Today we have the unemployment claims from the US, how many people are unemployed, and on Monday we have, or on Friday, sorry, we have the unemployment rate. So basically 2 big days ahead in terms of news, especially tomorrow, since we have the definitive numbers for non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. ADP was just an indication, doesn't mean it's that bad for us. So let's wait and see on Friday what happens. Look at the liquidation map. A lot of people got liquidated here. can see at 65k as it moved down. We still have a liquidation cluster up here at 67.2k. To the upside, not much. To the downside, not much as well. We have a little bit of a cluster here at 64.6k. So I do think a recall to the upside during the end of the week. And then we're gonna move possibly to the downside during the eclipse. This is not financial advice, this is just for educational and entertainment purpose only. Now let's take a look at AVAX. So yeah, AVAX kind of trading in a range as of yet. We like AVAX as a project, but day trading wise, it isn't really that volatile. So I just want to show you basically what you can do and how to trade those coins. And what I would highlight is especially this candle right here, and also I want to highlight this candle right here. As you can see, VIX to the upside or to the downside, which is pretty interesting because on the daily time frame, when you trade on daily time frame, you hold your positions long or short for basically days and weeks. But if you're scalping, you do it for a couple of hours maximum. So for swing trades, I want to show you how you can trade those points, because you do want to trade reversals. And VIX on the daily time frame is a great reversal sign that something is about to happen. What you can do is, when you see volume candle VIX, you see it right here, green volume candle, VIX to downside, and ended the day strong. Usually that means an reversal sign. So basically what you do when you see a move to downside and you see a green volume candle with a wick, this one for example was a blue one with a wick, not that great of sign, but you want to see a green strong candle, a lot of buy orders coming in. That is when you go long, basically. Not financial advice, it's just for educational and entertainment purpose only. So if we go to the other candle right here, you can see wasn't a volume candle, but it was a wick. We had a cluster of volume candles leading into this range. So you have two different setups. You can trade reversals. Yeah, I know this is in hindsight, but you can do that the next time just to try it out. Small positions, or theoretically you can just draw it in the chart. Well, now we have VIC. We're moving to downside already. So when you see a green candle with a VIC to the downside or to upside, and the day strong, just mark it off in a chart and see if we're gonna pump to the upside. So you can do that every time from now. Other than that, speaking of AVAX, we have volume candle to the upside. So if Bitcoin moves to the upside, as I might think it will do, we could see a $51 AVAX before moving and recovering to this volume candle at $41. Break that. If we get that eclipse move to the downside, I do think we could recover the next volume candle to the downside at $27 down to possibly 22, because then Bitcoin will move to 52k approximately, which coincides with AVAX volatility. With that being said, I hope you learned something today. Big Boss out.